Kakadosh Boker Tov, we're just continuing with Halachot of Pesach. It's actually brought down that we're going to do Netilat Yadayim without a bracha for the Karpas. Now, when we're going to do the Karpas, which we use the minhag is celery, what we're supposed to do is we do the Netilat Yadayim without a bracha. One person makes a bracha for everybody. That is the Shita of Rav Ovadia Yosef. One person, the Balabai, will make the bracha for everybody. Other people do have the minhag that each person will make the bracha. But Berova Madrat Melech, technically it's better that one person makes the bracha for everybody. And then what happens is that we dip the karpas, whether it's going to be in vinegar or in salt water, and then we're going to have less than a kazait, right? Why are we having less than a kazait? Because even if you would eat a kazait, you still will not make bracha achrona, because when you're making the hadama on the karpas, on the celery, you're actually having in mind also on the maror, which means we're going to eat the lettuce, which is going to be before, right? It's going to be after the Motzi Mitzvah, but right by the maror, where we make the bracha v'lachilat maror, but we didn't make the bracha v'repriyadama. So therefore, the bracha on the celery, you're already having in mind the bracha for the karpas. So that's very, very important to have that in mind. And you eat less than a kazait. And even if you would eat more than a kazait, again, you do not make bracha acharona. Now afterwards, after the karpas, you do yahatz. What exactly is yahatz? So you come and you take the middle matzah and you break it. And once you break the middle matzah, whether according to the Kabbalah, Daled Navav, or just a bigger piece and a smaller piece, the bigger piece you're going to keep for the fikuman, the smaller piece you're keeping for the motzi matzah. If you want to break it in an easy form, one of the ways to do it is, we mentioned last night in the shiur, was you actually wet your finger and you make the mark in the matzah. And then when you actually break it, it actually makes it very, very easy in order to break. Now what happens is that after breaking the matzah, we're going to start, you just finished yahatz. Obviously, again, as we already mentioned, the Shulchan Aruch brings down, you're going to put the fikuman underneath the mapa, underneath the tablecloth. You're going to have the big piece, which is the fikuman, the smaller piece, you're putting it back where all the matzah is. And then you're going to start the Haggadah, which is going to start with the Magid. Now, when you're doing Magid, you have to make sure that everyone understands. What does it mean, understand? Which means that part of the mitzvah, which is the mitzvah of teaching your children about the night of Pesach, is they understand. So if they're not going to understand what is going on, so therefore it's very important to make sure that they do understand. So every once in a while, make sure that you translate it to them, whether it's going to be in the language that they understand, in order that they should be able to fulfill the mitzvah, and you're fulfilling the mitzvah of Vigata Levincha. Where we already brought down last night, this last halacha, there's going to be a machloket rishonim, when exactly do we fill the second cup? Do we fill it up at the beginning of Magid, which means before Alachmania, or are we going to fill it up right before Manishtana? If you'll pay attention in different Haggadot, you'll have both Shitot. So just pay attention to that, because they both are valid in the Rishonim. When exactly? One of them, obviously, to do it right before Manishtana, is that the children are going to start asking. You did Kiddush, that's normal to do Kiddush. But once you're going to fill up a second cup, the children are going to say, hey, what's going on? How many cups of wine are we having here? That, in essence, is one of the purposes of doing it right then and there. But there's many also other changes that we do right then and there to take the ke'ara, we put on the other side of the table, and other things as well, in order that we understand that we're doing different things tonight than any other night, which is going to be on the night of Pesach, and that's why we're causing them to ask all their questions, and to be very careful that they stay up until after Avadim Hayinu, because Avadim Hayinu is actually the answer. So we have to make sure that we also give them the answer, not only just the question that they're asking.